You're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I
question.
answer your question about protecting
You
Prince
answered the
Andrew?
question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's a video. Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked.
The most transparent presidency. That is the phrase Pam Bondi used in a hearing about Epstein files that her own department classified, then declassified, then said didn't exist, then refused to discuss further. Under a subpoena, she is now dodging. Here is a brief timeline. February 2025. Bondi goes on Fox News and says the client list is sitting on her desk. 5 months later, her own DOJ releases a memo saying no client list has ever existed. She was either lying in February or her department lied to her. Neither answer is reassuring for the nation's top law enforcement official. Then the bipartisan House votes to subpoena her. Trump fires her 1 week before the deposition. And now, this week, the DOJ tells Congress she will not be appearing because she is no longer Attorney General. Most transparent presidency. She said that out loud, in the same hearing where she could not explain why a witness who told the FBI about a rape was never interviewed. But sure, transparency.
From California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center, because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you, here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop the limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed.
Let's be precise about what just happened. A congressman accused the Attorney General of lying under oath about criminal evidence. Her rebuttal was, "Don't you ever accuse me of a crime," in a hearing about Epstein, where the central question is whether powerful people who committed crimes were protected from prosecution. The irony is not subtle. A woman who closed a sex trafficking investigation, who promised files and delivered recycled documents, who told the country there was a client list and then admitted there wasn't, told a congressman, on camera, not to accuse her of crimes. She did not dispute the witness statement. She did not say the limo driver was fabricated. She did not explain why the DOJ never interviewed a man who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center with a first-hand account. She expressed outrage at the accusation. Outrage is not a legal defense. It is a performance. And after 18 months of Bondi's Epstein file performance, the audience has seen the trick.
Thank you, Attorney General Bondi, for being here today. I'm going to show you two photos.
Thank you.
I'm going to show you two photos of former Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. Under the law Congress passed, you were allowed to redact photos to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, that we redacted the victim's
Because you were
face?
following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that please put the photos back up, that we are looking at a sex trafficking victim. Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also.
Before. Here is what Bondi's version of transparency actually produced. Her department released documents to conservative influencers before they were made public to Congress or the press. The documents released were largely already available online. She promised more files. The July memo said there were no more relevant files. Wired reported the Epstein prison surveillance video metadata showed signs of modification. An unsigned memo closed the investigation without identifying who signed off on it. And now Bondi faces a contempt of Congress referral, with bipartisan support, because she is using her own firing as a shield against a deposition that was specifically issued to her by name. Republican Nancy Mace said it clearly. The subpoena was for Pam Bondi, not for the office. Democrat Robert Garcia threatened immediate contempt charges if she doesn't appear. The one move Bondi had left was to leave before she had to answer under oath. Whether that exit was planned or whether Trump simply gave her the cover she needed, the effect is the same. She walks away from the hearing room, the only law enforcement officer in recent memory to close a trafficking case while holding photographs of a trafficking victim. That is the transparent.
This witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronize his operation. And as we sit here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The gentleman has expired.
May I respond?
Yeah, I don't know how you respond. No one can.
I did not
can
ask a
respond,
question,
but
Mr.
he doesn't
You're
want
allowed
to talk
to.
about
I did
the
not ask a
horrific
question.
crime in California. He does not want to talk about
I did not ask a
crime
question.
in his
She
state.
can't-
Transparency she delivered. Pam Bondi walked into that hearing as a prosecutor who built her reputation on tough-on-crime messaging. She walked out as the Attorney General who told Congress there was no evidence of a crime, while a congressman held up a sworn witness statement saying the exact opposite. She promised a list. She produced a press event. She promised transparency. She released documents already online. She promised accountability. She closed the investigation. And when Congress voted, bipartisanly, to make her answer for it under oath, she disappeared from the office just in time. The pattern here is not complicated. Every attorney general who touched the Epstein case made the same choices. Protect the files. Protect the clients. Blame the predecessor. Move on. Bondi did not break that pattern. She extended it with extra steps and a Fox News segment. Over 1,000 women. None of the men who paid to abuse them have been prosecuted. The one witness who called the FBI was never interviewed. The girl he drove is dead. The circumstances of that death were described as suspicious. These are facts in the public record. They are there because a congressman from California refused to sit quietly and accept the performance. Like, subscribe and share this. Tell someone who doesn't know. The only thing that changes this pattern is a public that refuses to forget it.